Take this overboard now.
Popping spritz and eco style gel. It's me, your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade Love and Marriage Huntsville season 4 episode 18 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into tonight's review. The episode picks up exactly where we left off last week with Maurice and Kimmy talking to Dr. Francis about Maurice constantly wanting sex. He wants sex every day and doesn't feel like she should have the right to say she doesn't want to have sex because they're married. Good God Almighty. Once he continues to talk to Dr. Francis about looking at her more as a person and not just a sexual object, and doing other things with her to, you know, grow closer to her in a different way. He act like he got it, but he really honestly didn't. And he apologized to Kimmy and said he was going to work on it. But she didn't believe him because she said that they talked about this in their premarital counseling and the topic still came up. But one thing that I can say with whatever Kimmy's going through, this season with her having whatever type of illness, which from what we've seen, it looks like she may have breast cancer. And, you know, with me recently going through my bout with breast cancer, sex is the last thing you're going to be thinking about during that whole entire process. And that whole entire process lasts months and months and months. So it's funny how God will put you in a situation where you have to face certain things. And sex in a relationship when you're going through something, whether it's breast cancer or not, like I said, is the last thing that's on your mind, and you're not going to be wanting to participate. So he will be forced to have to look at her in a different way, through a different lens, with whatever health crisis that she's going through. So that will be an issue in their marriage that he will be forced to have to really honestly deal with and not just look at it like a joke. So I say all that to say is that God will make you face certain things, and it'll be crazy in the way that you will have to face them. And I can go on a whole tangent, but it is what it is. So I just pray that whatever Kimmy's going through health-wise, that God protects her and heals her, and that she has, you know, a great support system, and she knows that God is a healing God, and he will, you know, fix all of your issues if you trust in him. So we learned the next day that Tiffany and hey have left the counseling getaway early because they couldn't take it no more. Pretty much they did not want to be faced with their truths. They did not want to face the issues in their marriage. They want to continue to pretend like everything is okay. And just like Kimmy and Maurice, they're gonna have to face their issues too. You can only sweep stuff under the rug for so long before you finally gonna trip over that motherfucker and everything gonna come falling out. So she sent Tisha a text message saying that, you know, they on the road, they got home safely, and that they were using the tools that they learned on the way home. And I'm like, on the way home? So y'all only used the things that the Dr. Francis and his wife taught you on the drive home? Well, wasn't that condescending? Oh, okay. I hope they bring Dr. Francis to the reunion. I really do. I think that would be great to confront them at the reunion, because that's an open door that needs to be closed properly. You know what I'm saying? Because that was rude to they find out they left and didn't even tell anybody that they left. Didn't even, you know, say goodbye or thank you for your services or whatever to the Francis. It was just rude. Everything about it was rude. They were rude the entire time they were there, and they just really put a bad taste in my mouth, and I really didn't like it. They were just really just rude and disrespectful, and it's just like, get them off of my television screen, child. So at the end of the process, of course, Dr. Francis learns that they left, and of course he's not pleased with it, but what can he do? They grown. He can't hold nobody hostage. And in the end, he says that all the couples need to work on trusting each other, because they say they trust each other, but do they really? And he didn't feel like they were all being 100% honest. And all of us could see that they weren't being 100% honest. Miss Francis takes Tisha to the side and tells her that she reminds her a lot of herself when she was younger, how she's, quiet and sweet and, puts her family first. And she was like, but you need to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And she said it in a way like, listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm speaking in Morse code. Girl, focus on you. Get you together, because baby, you over there married to a whopper. So Tisha, Kimmy, and Destiny meet up at this little Hobby Lobby type store before they head out to lunch with each other. And all the girls looked cute. Really didn't care for Tisha's outfit though. It was like Little House on the Prairie at the top and hitting the club at the bottom. It was kind of weird, but loved Kimmy's dress. I thought Destiny's dress was really cute. But they were just way overly dressed for that store, but it was cute nonetheless. Can't hate on it. So they talk about the couples retreat, and Destiny was like, I didn't even get an invite. And they was like, how you gonna get an invite and you ain't in no couple? And they was like, so are you gonna reveal your new boot thing? And she was like, I already told y'all, some stuff. I'm not ready to, tell everything yet. And, all that blah, blah, blah. We already know who the nigga is. It was already blasted on the internet, but okay. So, Kimmy in her confessional was like, Destiny is tight-lipped about everything. She tight-lipped about her divorce, tight-lipped about her marriage, tight-lipped about this man, tight-lipped about Madonna. She just tight-lipped about everything. And at this point, she just realizes that's just Destiny. Yeah, Destiny keeps shit close to the chest because Destiny be on some bullshit from what we've seen. Like, her stories change. You can't understand what the hell she talking about. Like, she's very cunning and conniving to me. That's how she comes across, like very manipulative, and she likes to be able to control the narrative. That's how I feel about her. So Kimmy brings up Melanika, the lady that works with Martell, and how Mel said that she was the one that helped plan their wedding, and how she quit 2 weeks prior because she decided to put Martell on blast and tell Mel that he was cheating. He was trying to get on her assistant. And Tisha and Destiny was like, well, why is that being brought up now? That was so long ago. What was the point of that? Shut the fuck up. And Kimmy was like, well, I was the one that actually brought the conversation up when I brought up, the fact that Martell likes to call her first Mel because he knew her before he knew Melody. It also goes on to tell the girls that Mel said that she thinks that Melanika and Martell got something going on, that they always had something going on throughout the years. And Kimmy was like, but Maurice told me, that she's married. And they was like, yeah, she is. And how Mel was like, so, and like, what that got to do with anything? I agree with Mel. I do believe that they fucked around. I do believe that 100%. Do I think they fucking around right now? Who knows? Probably. You never know with these folks, child. You just never know. And the girl obviously is very shady. Like, why would you even agree to do that lady's wedding knowing that you probably had a relationship with him in the past that obviously she didn't know about? The whole thing was just really, really messy. So then Destiny in her confessional was like, I've known them a long time. I've never seen them, in that type of way. And I can't trust any rumors that come out of Mel's mouth. Okay, hating ass. Shut up. Just shut up. So then Destiny invites the girls to her Madonna relaunch, child. If she just don't close that beauty supply and give it up or change it into something else, because it's just not working at this point. People was coming out saying that she hadn't been paying folks. It'd be closed all the time. Like, just hang it up, girl. So Kimmy was like, well, are we at the place where we're going to invite everybody, including Mel and like Stormy? And she was like, I guess I'm going to have security. That was a dig at Stormy. I thought that they had worked through everything, so I didn't understand where that dig came from. And Kimmy was like, we going there? And she was like, everybody that's supposed to be there will be there. And I'm like, girl, don't nobody want to come. Don't nobody want to come. Don't nobody want to come. It's gonna be closed again the next day. Don't nobody want to come, girl. Why you trying to be funny? Shit, you need to have some of Stormy products in your damn store. Maybe somebody will come in there and actually purchase something. Why you trying to be funny? Guys all meet up to play pool. They hadn't seen each other in a minute, so they wanted to get together and shoot the shit or whatever. And it's all the guys, including Martell. And they sit down and talk about the couples retreat and what they learned. And Marceau said that, him and Tisha never faced the adversity that they faced basically until they came on this show, where their marriage was really tested by what the public has been saying about their marriage and how people think that Tisha is stupid and all this is that and the third, and how doing that rope challenge really showed him that, this thing that they have might be working. It may look different to other people, but it works for them. So he feels good about everything. But I'm like, you feel good about everything because it was already stated that before y'all got outside, you took control of the situation and told her this is what we're going to do. And that's part of the problem. You never allow her to have her voice. So Louis didn't take away anything. He didn't take away nothing from the couples retreat. Him and Tiffany don't want to face reality and they think they know everything. So good for them. Maurice realized that he has this rigid, strict plan for his life and their marriage and everything, and that Kimmy ain't always on board with what he wants. Like, he's forcing her to do certain things, and we've seen that since season 1, how he forces things upon her and just expects for her to deal with it. And he said that he don't need to focus on the outside world. He needs to focus on them. So we'll see, child. We'll see if he learns anything and gets it together. Martell lets the guys know that he, in fact, does want to be married again. And all I could concentrate on when that nigga was saying that was the fact that he had on them goddamn brown loafers, child. That nigga wore them loafers everywhere. We have seen them brown loafers on the show, in the gym, at Tank's baseball games, at concerts, mowing the lawn, fighting, having drinks, at gala affairs, child, washing dishes, moving boxes. Like, this man, and you can't sit up here and tell the world that you really want to be married again, sir, and your finances are not intact. And it's obvious based on your attire that your finances are not in order, because no way in hell do you wear them shoes every fucking where that you go in life, sir. It's obvious you don't have another pair of shoes. Can somebody go to Rent-A-Center and get this nigga a pair of new shoes? Can the kids come together and get money out their piggy banks and get this nigga some shoes for Christmas or Father's Day? Because I'm so sick of these goddamn brown fucking loafers. And I know they stink. I know they stink on the inside, because the nigga never wore socks with them. He had them same brown loafers on at Knox's birthday party that was at a goddamn play zone or whatever. Why you got on loafers at a little kid's play zone? Wait, what Oh, Jesus, help them, Father. Jesus, help them. You want to be married again so you can ride the coattails of whatever woman you get with next that'll be financially in order. That's why you want to be married again, because word on the curb is you was over there struggling financially, sir. Struggling. That damn incest wine ain't doing about a bit of nothing. That print on demand wine, child. That calendar you put out, that literally had to just be some shit for you, because I don't think nobody bought that bullshit. Like, the only money it seemed like he got coming in is from this goddamn show. That's literally it. And this man got 5 kids and everything else financially to take care of. So, child, marriage needs to be the last thing on your mind. You need to be going down to the Piggly Wiggly and getting you another part-time job or something, sir. Work at a call center. Do something, because I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Mel stops by Martell's house to sit down and chit-chat about what's been going on. Love Mel's new G-Wagon. Oh, yes, girl. Yes. So it's her first time being to his home. So when she walks in, of course, she respects it, just not by walking around and sitting on shit. She stands. And he was like, man, you can have a seat. She was like, I just didn't want to be walking through your house. It's my first time being here. And I forgot, is it Malia? I think it was Malia, the second daughter, that was like, I thought you lived here. She was like, what? I ain't never lived here. She like, I would never live in this red cabin. Absolutely not. No. But you can tell the kids were really excited and happy to see them in the same room again, getting along with each other. And it would really help them a lot if they could continue on that track, but unfortunately they can't because of their father. And it's sad that them being able to be around each other and get along didn't last that long, because like I said, you can tell that it really helped affect the children in a positive way to see them being able to co-parent and coexist. So they asked the kids, to leave the room so they can sit down and talk. And Mel fills Martell in on the fact that Wanda has been talking about Sugar Mama once again, and how she thought that the situation would be done and over with after Martell confronted her, a year or two ago. So Martell was like, why is she doing it? Like, what happened? And she tells him about what happened when she was on Carlos King night talk show, and how she made the comment about Tisha's daddy being in her DMs trying to holler at her. So we all know after that, Miss Wanda then took to social media saying that Mel needs to worry about who her baby daddy really is and get the paternity or whatever. And we all knew that she was talking about Sugar Mama. Now, I feel about this situation like how Mel feels. We can go back and forth all day, me and you, going back and forth, whatever. I said what I said about your baby daddy or whatever, but your daughter is a grown, fully functional adult. This is not a kid that I'm talking about. For you then to go and say that I need to be worried about the paternity of my child, one don't equate the other. And you a grown ass meemaw talking about a 2-year-old little girl. Why do you keep on going there and talking about these people kids? That's not acceptable on any type of level. They have never said anything that we know of derogatory about her grandchildren or anything, or about any kid on this show. So the fact that Wanda keeps on doing that shows she has no boundaries, and she's just uncouth and just a horrible, disgusting person. Like, say something else about Mel. There's plenty to say if you want to go there. Say something about Martell. There's plenty to say if you want to go there. Hell, she could have even brought up Mel Daddy if she wanted to go there. But to bring up, Sugar Mama is just not acceptable. It's unacceptable, and you need to be checked. And Tisha, once again, need to check her mama. Like, that shit ain't cool, because the first time they say something about my child, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be up and then it's stuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lack of accountability on that side, on them Scott side, because that's just not cool whatsoever. So Martell is like, he basically was, I'm sick of all this. I thought that we had an understanding after I pressed her the last time. He was like, you got her number? She was like, no. He was like, I'm gonna get her number because I wanna talk to her. He was like, but you know what? Nah, because when I talk to her, I get ramped up. So I'm gonna let you handle that. And she was like, I'll handle it. No problem. I'll talk to her. It ain't nothing but a motherfucking thing. We then see them talking about, how co-parenting has really been positive for them over the past month and a half or whatever. And so we then get a voiceover of Mel bringing up him going accompanying them on the Destin family trip, but we didn't see it come out her mouth. It was actually a voiceover where they had her come in and say it then for storyline purposes. But that's not how it really went in real life. But she did ask them to go, but not in that moment, obviously. But they play it off like he agreed to go in that scene. We get to see Destiny at home, finally with Law. I guess she's finally able to bring him on the show. Cute little boy, really, really cute. And she's talking about, the relaunch of Madani. She's, planning the guest list and everything. She's going to have Wanda come with her food trucks there to sell food and stuff. And we see she gets a phone call from her new boo named Moses, who she said that she's known for almost 13 years. They both are divorced, and, he got on her when he found out that she had divorced. We find out that he's also from St. Louis, where I'm from. So, I'd already put the bug out there about, let me know if y'all know anything about this man from St. Louis named Moses. So once I get the tea, or if I get the tea, of course, I'm going to let you all know what I come up with. And if y'all know anything, let me know. Hit me up in the DMs and tell me anything y'all know about this man. So, she on the phone with him, and he sound like a nigga, child. He sound like a nigga. As soon as she said he was from St. Louis, I was like, oh, girl, hang it up. Hang it up. If you don't want to experience heartbreak again, leave it the fuck alone, because these niggas around St. Louis is a whole nother breed. A whole nother breed, child. And he sound like one of them. Law, meanwhile, got his bad butt trying to pull her wig off, child. She trying to keep it cute and shit, but she eventually got to pull him up off of her because that wig was about to come off at any moment, child. It was a cute little funny scene, though. So we then see Martell at this black-owned wine shop, presenting the people his wine to carry it in their store, and they really enjoy it. They really love it. And Destiny arrives to show her support and to meet up and talk with him. And she invites him to the Madani relaunch. And he asks, will Mel be invited to as well? Destiny says that it's not the time for her and Mel to talk. And her relaunch is not the place. So basically, no, she's not being invited. So then Destiny brings up the whole Melanika situation, and she tells Martell that Kimmy told them that she and Mel had a conversation about Melanika and how she was telling Kimmy that, she was their wedding planner, and she backed out 2 weeks prior because she told Mel that Martell was cheating and trying to mess with her assistant. And Martell was like, did she tell you how that came up? And Destiny was like, no, it was just random. It was random conversation. And see, this is why I don't like when people go and tell conversations, because Kimmy made it apparent that she was the one that brought this whole conversation up about Melanika. And then when you get in front of Martell, you just want to act like, oh, I don't know, it just came out of thin air. You being real messy, Destiny. Real messy. Real messy. Now, when they get to digging, and me included, about your nigga from St. Louis, then you're going to be looking crazy when everybody start coming to you about your shit. Like, you shouldn't even participate in that scene. You knew what y'all was coming there to film that day, what y'all was going to discuss. You shouldn't even participated in that bullshit. Period. Or if you was going to tell it, you should have told it like it was told to you. So, she then goes on to tell him how, like I said, Melanika warned Mel this, that, and the third. And Martell was like, I don't know about none of that. I don't remember that. That was like, what, 12, 14 years ago. I don't remember that. I wasn't even looking at another woman back then. The nigga couldn't even say the shit with a straight face. He had a whole smirk on his face, knowing damn well he lying. And you could tell he was lying because A, you will remember something like that. B, his eyes was going every which way. He was trying to figure out what the fuck he was going to say, not to incriminate himself. Like, oh my God. So then Destiny was like, it was just strange to me that they would bring it up because it was so long ago and it's being said now that y'all still messing around currently. So I wanted you to let you know what was being said about you. And Martell in his confessional was like, him and Melody on a good path. Like, he don't understand why she making up stuff. We know damn well that girl ain't making up stuff. She been told this story I don't know how many times, but okay, sir. But he basically tells Destiny that he refuses to engage and that he's not doing that no more or what. And that was pretty much the end of this episode. I mean, the only really interesting thing that came out of this episode was finding out Destiny information about her new nigga and seeing Martell and Mel film with each other and talk about Wanda. Other than that, it was kind of like a filler episode to me. Seems like next week is going to be the beginning of this whole parking lot brawl, but we won't get the actual brawl for another 2 weeks because they're not going to show it next week. It's going to be the week after that. But overall, I'll give tonight's episode a C+. It was cute. Nothing really stood out to me. I will say Destiny irked my nerves this episode like she always do. She just messy and just dead in the eyes and just let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. You guys make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.